this briefing for a long anticipated flight through the Grand Canyon. We're gonna depart from Page Municipal, where we landed last time, and we'll head south. We will simulate the commercial tours that are in abundance, flying within the Grand Canyon, but we'll also touch on other VFR procedures or routes that you can use. So without further ado, let's get started. I will even skip. I believe I can even safely skip the weather because it's perfectly clear. I'll just update this thingy here. So as you can see, we have light wind, we have a great visibility, clear skies, slightly higher pressure, so that will also help us with performance, not by much, but by a few 100 feet maybe. We have denser air than normal. However, the temperature is higher than is standard, so it maybe cancels out. Forecast doesn't show anything else. Maybe we might encounter some gusts, but that's highly unlikely at this point. Our destination today is Grand Canyon National Park Airport, which is the base for many of those commercial tours that are going and flying across or around the Grand Canyon. But for today, it's gonna be our destination, and we'll see next time what we're gonna do. This is probably the first airport we are coming in that is controlled, and it has a tower. From the time that the new CTOF rule came into effect in the US VATSIM. So just remember, this control tower frequency also has this C letter, which means that outside of the hours of operation, this frequency is also used as a common traffic advisory frequency, aka CTAF. So this is the one that we're gonna tune when coming into the Grand Canyon. So that's our destination. This is how it looks like from the air. Route planning. This is like a blank map without the route, because the route makes it kind of full, or I don't know how to say it in English, but I can't see the arrows when I enter the route. So we will be entering from the north here, and we will be flying this route above 6,000. As you can see, there is the Colorado River, and we will be staying on the west side of it, so the right side, because on the other side we have the route back. When we reach North Canyon, which is here, we should kind of switch over to the left side of the river, to the east side of the river, and continue flying at 6,500 feet. And then at South Canyon, again, we are crossing to the other side and actually climbing to 8,500 feet. I'm not entirely certain at which point we need to climb. Maybe this little line here demarks kind of a boundary where we should already be at 8,500, but I'm not completely sure. So sorry for that. I have not read every single kind of publication that is for this flying. As for simulator use, we are all right with this, and even we don't need to simulate that. We just can go straight from the no flight zone, and nobody will say anything to us. This whole area is a Grand Canyon special flight rules area, and you can find, if you're interested, you can look up this special flight rules area and read all the rules pertaining to flying in this section of the world. So when we cross to the other side, then we continue south. At the level of Saddle Mountain, we should be joining these circular routes, then continuing towards the split, and then you basically have an option to go either to the west, right, through the Dragon Corridor, or to the east through the Zuni Point Corridor. I personally will fly this east portion one, because there is a chance that we would fly someplace there, next time. So when I reach the split, I'll turn left and follow this route here. I'll switch to the map here, where I do have this route presented. So what else we can find on this map? You can find the name of the sectors, so you can refer to them, and if you read the regulations, they will reference those sectors. And then you can also find the frequencies here, and these are the frequencies that you should monitor. If I switch, this is the Grand Canyon Tour Ops, and if I switch to Grand Canyon VFR, then you'll see those frequencies as well, and with the words monitor. So monitor 120.05, and basically you should monitor that frequency and make self announcement calls, position calls, especially when you are flying those corridors. As you can see, the general aviation has like 4 corridors set up here. It's a Zuni Point corridor that goes from here to there or back. Then there is a Dragon corridor there, Fossil Canyon corridor here, and the last one is this Tuck-up corridor there. So if you are normal general aviation, you are supposed to fly one of these corridors to transit this area, and you should also make announcement calls in a way that you are that aircraft and you are entering the Dragon corridor from the north, and also say your altitude. There were altitudes someplace mentioned, I don't know where now, but they are generally much higher than the tour ops. So what we'll do today is to simulate the Grand Canyon tour ops. What is a little bit of shame is that I looked at the map in MSFS, and it seems that the most custom points that they made are actually in this Bright Angel flight free zone. So along this Phantom Range, and there are like a lot of like a string of different points of interest in there. So you would like to check, what Microsoft have done, feel free to ignore this flight free zone and just, go sightseeing. It's really up to you. When we are entering that corridor there, and the frequencies are actually there, this is a different frequency here, and you can tell the boundaries by this dashed line. Do not confuse that one with the isogenic line, which is this one that shows us what is the magnetic variation in here. These dashes are a little bit longer. But for today we will be operating in this section, and the frequency is 120.05. I plan to tune that frequency and maybe make some position call, but I must tell you, I don't know what exactly those tour ops need to report. So I'll just maybe report, Saddle Mountain or the split, and so on. We'll see if I even remember to do that. Try to maintain the altitudes as depicted on the chart. It is 6,500 in there, 8,500 all the way to the bottom, and try to fly it as close to this chart as possible, if you want, of course. I will try my best. Today I made kind of an exception, and I actually programmed this route also into my GPS. So just maybe show you how it looks like. It starts. If I go to flight plan and preview, I hope that you can see that this is basically what I configured there. I will most likely just keep that map off, like not visible, and maybe reference it if I feel lost. But I will try to give myself some challenge and actually fly that route according to the ground features, if it's even possible on this level when I'm not really familiar with Grand Canyon from the air. But we'll see how that goes. I just configured the backup just to be sure. Any questions to this, or something that you would like to know? Have you even had a chance and to review that yourself, or is there someone who actually did some preparation and try to review some rules?
I reviewed the chart, but I completely missed the reporting frequencies, so I guess it was just a superficial. And I'm taking the black 1A, so the other way around.
Okay.
Right Angel.
All right. Is there something that you learned while doing the research that I haven't mentioned?
Yeah, I was wondering what the Point Imperial, the little zone, what this is. And
Yeah.
apparently it's a noise-sensitive area.
Yeah, I believe you
So,
should avoid that.
yeah.
Definitely.
So I thought, oh, what's this? Is it prohibited, restricted? I don't know, but
Mhm.
just noise. I wonder what they are hiding there.
Yeah, I don't know what they're hiding there. I found some block that some people made when they made like a flight through this area 3 years ago, and they were just saying that they needed to slightly make sure that they avoid this area. So that's the only reference I found before. I don't know the reason why. So if anyone knows, just feel free to share that information. Otherwise, I'll continue. So that's this, and the rest of the planning is kind of vanilla. It's the same as always. So we're gonna depart, and if I'm not mistaken, the runway 33 is still favorite. Yeah, well, we have like 3 knots or 4 knots of the wind, so it really doesn't matter that much. But runway 33 is the preferred runway for this departure. It has a right traffic pattern. So if you want to adhere to the recommended VFR departure procedures, it's either straight out or 45 degrees to the crosswind. And make sure to climb at least 1,500 feet AGL before making any other turns. I am planning to depart, turn right slightly, and then when I'm at 5,800 MSL, I'll just make a turn back to the airport and start navigating from there along my route, which I haven't actually shown the beginning of the route. So Las Vegas there. I'm basically flying here to the entry point into the Marble Canyon. So it should be pretty visible. It seems that there is like some ridge there, very distinctive. So this direction, and just before that, keep the river on left side and just fly along that river. So that's departure standard radio calls, as you all know. I'll continue. En route portion, yeah. As always, you need to aviate, navigate, and communicate. The navigation part might be a little bit more difficult. Feel free to try to maintain the route as you plan it, but don't forget to look outside, because I hope that it's gonna be a spectacular flight today. What is extra for this time is this monitor this proper frequency, as I already said, and just to have some chatter, just report your position. I'm actually curious how they implemented those frequencies on VATSIM. if they have some only some frequencies that can be heard, or if we tune that one that we should be able to hear ourselves. I do hope that the programming of the client is such that any frequency is able to be listened to if more aircraft have the same configured. So definitely something, we'll try to say something on that, and we'll see. Watch for all other traffic, yeah, enjoy the views, and so on. Then the arrival. This is a Class Delta airport, so you need a two-way communication established with the controller, if there is any, in order to enter. I believe that a very good place when to contact the tower, at least for me, will be this Zuni Alpha point, because that's the point I'm like 10 miles away from the airport, which is also the recommended distance to make that call. And you'll just make a call, something like Canyon Tower, November 123 Alpha Bravo. It's a type Piper Comanche slant Alpha, which means this is navigation equipment. So in this case, I would probably report slant Golf. Then Zuni Alpha at 8,500 feet. That's my location and altitude. Full stop with information Romeo or any other information, 80s information that they would have. If we don't have any ATC coverage, then we'll obviously revert to the standard self-announcement, and we just degraded this airport to the class Golf 1. Since what kind of weather do we have there now? Let's see. So we have wind from 070, and the forecast actually calls for 030, and from 22 Zulu, which is 3 hours away, it should turn from the north. So if it holds, and it's actually 070 or 030, then runway 3 is actually the one to use. Yes. One moment. I've just computer slide here. All right. So if I look at the Grand Canyon and the runway information, we can see that runway 21 has a right traffic pattern. That means that runway 3 has a left traffic pattern, if that's not mentioned. And since it is a controlled airfield, feel free not to do the standard VFR entry, into the uncontrolled field. Feel free to simulate that you have an ATC, and in that case, you can even do a right traffic for runway 3, because they can give that to you quite easily. So don't stress about it. Just make sure that you are able to land safely in there, and just make these position calls and announcement. Remember, in the US, when flying, you should announce each leg. So when joining downwind, when turning base, and then when turning final. Upon landing, this is the general aviation parking zone. So we'll meet there behind the tower. The runway is 9,000 feet long, and the elevation is about 6,500 feet. So by this time, we should already be accustomed to flying at higher altitudes, until we make it into some lowlands again sometimes. Any questions? If not, I believe that it's time to fly. As always, I'm here for you if you have any questions before, during, or after the flight, and I wish you happy flying.
Happy flying.
Okay. I just turn off the avionics again. So I've already done a work around before the session, so we can proceed with starting up the plane, getting it ready, and departing. So battery is already on. We'll do full mixture for priming, test the fuel pump, and if we get the fuel pressure. Yes, we are getting fuel pressure, so let's turn it off. Believe that without the primer it actually doesn't want to start, so I do at least once. We are on both tanks, so I'll choose just one. Let's choose left for this time. We have exactly the same amount of fuel in each tank. It should be about 20 gallons in each. Alright, so let's put the beacon on and let's start the engine. I'll do a slightly less mixture because we are at well, 4500. I can do it like this. So both, we have a parking brake on, but I will depress my pedals anyway. And let's see if we can get a start. Look around, clear prop. Oh, it started quite quickly this time. Reduce the power a bit. Close these windows. Right, avionics switch on. Check the oil pressure in the green. Very good. Fuel pressure is there. Amps, yeah, we have charging current, which is strange with this little RPM that we really have charging current. Let's see. That's strange. Now we have low amps. Oh, apparently this aircraft is fine with just very low RPM for this. Okay, I'll lean the mixture. I don't need that. I will not be refueling. So, directional gyro about 064. About there. Alright. We're gonna use runway 33 for takeoff. Get the map. These are timers. I'll just reset that one. As far as frequencies go, for a departure, we need to have 122.8, which is correct. I will already configure the 120.05 as a backup or as the second frequency. So 05 and it was 120.05, yes. And then when we are coming closer, it's gonna be 119.0 for Grand Canyon National. Altimeter setting, there is no weather station here, so if I look at the elevation, it should be 4317. So let's change it to 4317. About there, and it is around 3004, which I believe coincides with this one. Well, it's slightly higher pressure there, so this is the one that we will configure later. All right. I need to make sure, yeah. I need to configure my B-pilot. Okay.
Page traffic, November 36 Foxtrot is a type cardiac on the ramp, taxiing to runway 33 via Alpha 5, Page.
Page traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie Piper Comanche on the ramp, also taxiing to runway 33 will be behind the Kodiak. Page. Could you hear me on that sim, please?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, now I see the Kodiak going there. So I'll do the flight controls check in the meantime. I'll configure my trim to neutral. And let's get behind them. So depress the pedals, release the parking brake. Test both brakes. Yeah, they're working. Testing the instruments, if they turn like they should. Ball is not moving as I would expect. Let's try at a higher speed. Yeah, it's moving a little bit. I would expect a little bit more moving. Let's actually verify that we don't have any funky stuff here. Should be fine. Yeah, we have disabled crash. I see.
Page traffic, Comanche straddle Lima, taxiing to runway 33.
So we have less sensitive ball on the ground. We expect maybe for it to go really away. But all other instruments seem to be working fine. Just switch on navigation lights as well, so I'm more visible to others. Right, so I have my navlog here. I won't be using these fixes.
Page traffic, HX1 taxiing to runway 33 via Alpha, page traffic.
I will try to make sure that I kind of combine these distances. And as for the map, I will uncharacteristically place it on my second monitor because I feel that I will need to reference that map quite often, and I don't want for it to kind of occupy half of my screen. So the altitude is 4,500, so I don't need to lean much for takeoff, but I will lean at least a little bit.
Page traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot at Alpha 5, departing runway 33 straight out, Page.
Page traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima, taxiing from GA ramp to runway 33, Page.
Traffic.
November 8 Victor Delta, taxi from G ramp to runway 33. Page.
Just use this area. For some run-up. So, increase the power to 2000 RPM. Check that my engine instruments are showing good, still positive charge. Check the magnetos. So, right magneto, you have 100 RPM drop. Back to both. Left magneto. Very well. Now we will cycle the prop to get the propeller, to get the oil in the propeller. Already the the warm oil, not the cold one. All right. Now we will reduce to 1500. Verify the operation of carburetor heat. I have the RPM drop, so it operates. And I believe that's it. Idle. Still holds. And one thing I wanted to do more is to find the optimal power. Optimal mixture control.
Page traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot,
Almost full.
runway 33, 5800, climbing 6500, making a right turn and coming back to overfly the field. Page.
Alright, can go. Page traffic, Comanche, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, taking off runway 33, it's gonna be a right crosswind departure. Page. Alright, so strobe lights, fuel pump, landing lights. And we'll do no flaps takeoff. Here we go. Airspeed is alive. Positive climb, so gear can go up. Turn off the gear. Reduce the RPM a bit.
Page traffic, Comanche Charlotte Lima, landing up runway 33. Page traffic. Page traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, overflying the field at 6500 and departing to the southwest. Final call, Page.
So far so good. Landing lights can go off. Fuel pump as well. We are at 1500.
Comanche, Sierra Delta Lima, Page traffic, departing runway 33, right crosswinds departure, Page traffic.
Page traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, about 3 nautical miles north of the field, turning towards the field and will overfly it. Current altitude 6,300 feet. Page.
Page, H61 lining up, bring me, Page.
So when I cross that, I want to fly magnetic heading 245. And 6,500 is actually the altitude I want to fly, so let's...
Page traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima, departing runway 33, right crosswind departure, Page.
Page traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie over the field at 6,500 and continuing west, final call, Page. Okay, we have a nice dam here. There's the Glen Canyon Dam. Looks mighty. And let's start the timer. Let's start the timer, I said.
Page traffic, Comanche, Sierra Delta Lima, turning back towards the field, will overfly the field at 6,500 feet. Page traffic.
Alright. So I'll lean a bit. Alright, so flaps are up, the gear is selected off, engine instruments all in green, still positive charge on the amps.
Page traffic, November 8,000, Delta Lima, taking off, runway 33, Page.
Okay, originally I should have gone all the way to the first user fix for, let's say, 4 minutes, but obviously I have been already at altitude, so no climbing needed. It's gonna be a little bit less.
Page traffic, Comanche, Sierra Delta Lima at 6,500 feet, overflying the airfield, continuing west, final call, Page traffic.
Today I probably am also doing less than 150 knots airspeed, because just 45% of horsepower. Just want to enjoy the views a little bit more. Anyway, I will switch the tanks. Oh. Right. So this is the Colorado River, and I should keep on this path there.
Page traffic, November 8,000, Delta westbound and working west Page.
Page traffic, Comanche
Just turn
6529
right
Lima,
now.
overflying the field is 7,200. Last call, Page.
Just enter the time. It was 3 minutes. So according to the log, I should be flying around 200 or 200. So let's try to do that. And I can see that it will point me in the correct direction. And all the way to the South Canyon, it should be about, let's see, 1, 2.5, and 1. So around 4.5 minutes, give or take. Actually, to the North Canyon, what I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm flying to North Canyon still, so 6, almost 7 minutes. Okay. It's kind of puzzled. So someplace there should be a Marble Canyon airport. That's this one actually. So I know that we are there. It's good. Then I believe this crevice will be the one that has a Cliff Dweller's Lodge at the end of it, and probably at the end of that one. Most probably won't be visible from the air, but I'm kind of using it as a reference point, at least those canyons, so I know when to cross to the other side. My airspeed is, true airspeed is definitely lower than 150, so it will take me a little bit more time to get to those places. Can we see any cabin? Cliff? It's probably that one, to be honest. Cliff Dweller's Lodge. And it should also have some private airfield next to it.
So did someone hear me on the Grand Canyon CTAF?
Try again. I was not tuned in to that yet.
I haven't.
Still nothing.
I don't think it works.
Yeah, probably doesn't. Okay, let's switch back to Unicom. I will try as well, and you can tell me. Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, radio check.
It works.
Oh, so was it working?
Grand Canyon, radio check.
Yeah, I misplaced a 0, so yeah.
Yeah, here you 5x5.
Oh, stupidity.
Okay, well that's cool.
That happens. Alright, so now I passed that Cliff Dweller's Lodge and continuing south. There is this crevice that looks great. Let's look down. This is the disadvantage of a low-wing airplane, but we have the advantage of the simulator. Nice. Alright, in any case, let's see. Is that one? Trying to find out if that one is already... yeah, this one will already be the crossover point. So at this point I should be crossing to this side. Grand Canyon traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie over the North Canyon at 6,500 and crossing the canyon to the east. So let's actually reset timer and use 7 minutes and 10 seconds. 7.2. Just need to make some pictures from outside. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I crossed too much. I believe that the flight should actually take me right next to the ridge. So let's get back there. nice views. In any case, it should take me just those 4 minutes or something, so I believe that very soon, if it's even not there, that we should switch back to flying south. Yeah, I believe it is. So this is the major branch. And at this point, should probably fly over that canyon there. And we should start climbing. So I'll just put my RPM back. Full power. Grand Canyon traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa. Okay, that's the wrong frequency. Grand Canyon traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche over the South Canyon, climbing to 8,500 feet. Grand Canyon. And let's stop the timer for 30. That goes there for 5. Next, all the way to Saddle Mountain should be 3, 1, 4. Okay, so for 5 minutes and a half.
Grand Canyon traffic, Comanche start at Lima and South Canyon, climbing to 8,500. Grand Canyon track.
And that's 8,500.
Grand Canyon traffic, coded 36 Foxtrot, over the split, 8,500, climbing 9,500, proceeding west, Grand Canyon.
Those are views. So the headings from here are about 19er, yeah, going right about there. The problem is, I think that Saddle Mountain is actually don't think I should go further, or should I? Because according to the map, I believe that this is not Saddle Mountain yet. No, it is not. Okay, Saddle Mountain is after that one, so I'll just need to turn a bit. That's this plateau. Let's make some outside photo. Yeah, this should be Saddle Mountain. If I see correctly, that one. So then we need to go to the split, which is basically someplace there. Then we kind of go more south. We'll see. Now it starts to get a little bit difficult. It's really unbelievable. Like you have a completely flat area here, and then you get this canyon. Grand Canyon traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie over the Saddle Mountain, continuing south at 8,500 feet at Split Altron East Canyon. Okay, so let's use 5 minutes, point 1.
Grand Canyon traffic,
This
Kodiak
one.
36 Foxtrot, entering Dragon Corridor, southbound at 9,500, descending 8,500, Grand Canyon.
Okay. I should be crossing that ridge, that's for sure. I don't know how to recognize that split though. I'll just do that by time, I guess. I'll try to do my best, which is basically now. So let's give it a few more seconds, and then I will try to turn to 109er. Let's configure that. Alright, 130. Reset. Just
Mountain traffic, Comanche started at Tolima and Saddle Mountain, continuing south towards Split at 8,500 feet. Mountain traffic. Good check.
Alright. So there is quite a race there. What can that be according to the map? Maybe I'm going more or less alright. Yeah, this is the stuff that goes east. Could it be Gunter's Castle? This one?
Grand Canyon traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, crossing
Might
Tower
be.
of Brass, southbound at 8,500, Grand Canyon.
Let's actually try that. So reset. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Now 177. We'll see post-flight what path we actually took.
Comanche started at Halima and the split continuing east towards Glasford Castle. Grand Canyon traffic.
Grand Canyon's traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Comanche at Gunter's Castle, continuing south at 8,500. Now I should be crossing. Actually, the river should probably be flying like there somewhere. Maybe I'm too close. Should fly this fixed for just 5 minutes. Huh. Yeah, I think I should be closer, like more to the west, but I'm not sure right now. I'll check at post-flight.
Grand Canyon traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima over Saddleback Mountain, continuing to the southbound corridor on the east side, November 6529 Lima.
Yeah, I'll just correct my course a little bit. I think I found my bearing. There's the S in the river that I can see on the map, but also pictures. Okay, now I will get back to my course. 177. But not quite yet. Right, so now I will turn back. We'll try to sync my gyro if I can find. It's pretty much alright, maybe just slight. Yeah. Okay, so now we will be crossing the river and continuing more south. Over the ridge there. I wonder how to recognize Zuni Alpha though. Picture time. So time-wise, I should have been at Zuni Alpha in 5 minutes and something. So probably not there yet. But it should be over the ridge there. But just barely. And then I believe Zuni Alpha will be this plane there or something. Maybe it's just a GPS coordinate. but my path should take me at the edge of these, and my final course to the airport should be 253. So I'll just quickly put it there, reset the timer and 5.5. And tune in the 119.0. Quick check if we don't have an ATC. Probably don't.
Grand Canyon traffic, code 36 Foxtrot, turning left base, runway
No.
03, Grand Canyon National.
We don't. Grand Canyon National traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, so Piper Comanche, about 10 miles east of the airfield at 8,500. We'll be coming into land, probably joining right-hand traffic of runway 3. Grand Canyon. Alright, so latest weather. Altimeter 3013. That airfield is at 6,500 feet of 6,600 feet of elevation. Well, it's just
Grand Canyon National traffic, code 36 Foxtrot, turning final runway 03, full stop, Grand Canyon.
so I'll still have some time to descend. And just to see if I'm at the correct course, I will tune in the VOR Grand Canyon, which is 119.65. 119.65. And actually, yeah, that
Grand Canyon traffic, Comanche Server Tolima is 10 miles east to the airport, descending to 7,500 feet, coming for a right traffic pattern towards runway 3, Grand Canyon traffic.
the wind is variable, 4 knots. So landing lights, fuel pump on. Let's check where I have more fuel. I have more fuel probably in a left tank, so let's switch to left tank. Slightly descending. It's very dry air, yeah, so I'm not using carburetor heat at this point. Landing lights on, yes, it's all on. I will enrich the mixture a little bit, but not all the way in, because the field is above 4,000 feet.
Grand Canyon National traffic, code 36 Foxtrot, runway 03, located, taxiing to parking.
And let's do runway 03, roughly. Oh. Grand Canyon traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie Piper Comanche joining right downwind runway 03, Grand Canyon. Alright, so let's do that. So downwind checks, gear goes down. Full prop.
Grand Canyon traffic, Comanche
Ups
Starter
one.
Tolima, joining right downwind for runway 3, Grand Canyon traffic.
Landing lights on. Pressure in the brakes. And turn off the landing gear. Grand Canyon traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, turning right base runway 03. Full stop, Grand Canyon. Second edge of flaps.
Grand Canyon traffic, traffic on base inside following number 2, Grand Canyon traffic.
Grand Canyon traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, turning final runway 03, full stop landing, Grand Canyon. Again, gear is down and green. Full flaps.
Comanche Starter Tolima, turning right base for runway 3, Grand Canyon traffic.
Grand Canyon traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, runway 03 vacated and taxiing to parking. Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon traffic, Comanche Starter Tolima on the short final for runway 3, Grand Canyon traffic.
Alright, let's go stand by. Took 40 minutes in the air today. See it as if the aircraft was kind of not completely straight. Actually is straight. Okay. So that's just my imagination. Parking brake on. Avionics off. Nav lights off. Again. And then we go master switch off. Beacon. And turn off the engine. And there we go. We are safely on the ground. I believe it's time to review how we did as far as flight path goes. So the start was pretty alright. Okay, we almost correctly identified the flyover point. Well, we identified it correctly. Then we came back. This switch should have been done a little bit earlier, but alright. And then we ventured too much to the east, and actually we're not over the split at all, so it should have been much closer. And thus, as you can see, we shifted. As I said when I was flying, we basically shifted too much, so the split was much more to the west here. So that was this portion was the worst one. And then, as you can see, the length of this leg is the same as planned, but obviously shifted. Then I identified that and actually corrected and put myself right at where I should have been. I used this S-band in the river to make it so. Alright, and then we turned towards the airport and landed safely. So I believe that, given the fact that I'm not familiar with this, the Grand Canyon at all, I call it quite a success, and I hope that you enjoyed the flight. And I'll be happy to see you next time. Bye bye, happy and safe flying.